Hey guys, today we're going to be doing flexibility and strength. So we're going to be taking you through some exercises. We have yoga mats out here. At home, you can do it on a carpeted area. If you have a beach towel, you could use that as well. Or you could just go for it and have some fun. We're going to walk you through different adaptations of different exercises because Mr. Kirby and I are not the most flexible people in the world, so we have to do some adaptations throughout this exercise routine as well, but we're gonna try and show you the best we can, the exercises as they're supposed to be done, and then different ways that you can do them if you're not as flexible or just need to stretch out in a different way that'll help build more flexibility throughout the routine. So we're gonna go back to our mats and then we will get started.
Awesome. All right. Here we go.
Here we go. We're gonna start out, we're just gonna kneel down. We're gonna sit back on our heels and we're just gonna walk our hands forward, stretching out our back. And you can put your head down between your arms, just really lengthen your back. Ooh, feels good. And we're gonna come up, just so your shoulders are over your hands. And we're gonna drop our backs down, just arch your back, kind of like a cat. And then we're gonna round out, drop your head, bring your spine and your back up to the ceiling. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Back down, and back up. Back down, and back up. All right, we're gonna move, we're gonna put our feet on our toes down. We're gonna press up, bring your head between your shoulders, between your elbows, try and push your heels down to the ground. And just sit back, try and push your heels back down, push through your shoulders. Then we're gonna raise one leg, just extend it straight out behind you, and we're just gonna hold it here. Just be as straight as you can. If you can't quite get it up that high, out here is just fine. Get up as high as you can, try and keep those toes pointed. Come down. We're gonna switch sides.
I cheated. I'm doing it twice on this side.
All right, we're gonna bring our back leg, bring one forward up between your hands. We're gonna do what's called a pigeon pose. This is gonna stretch out your glute muscle and hip muscles. You can go down as far as you can. Some of you might be a little more comfortable just putting that back leg down all the way.
I love this one.
This one feels really good. If this having your foot down by your other hip is not a big stretch for you, you can try and bring your foot up further. So you're making more of a 90 degree. And try and lay down, press out, and extend your arms out as far as you can. We're gonna switch sides. All right, we're gonna come back up. to downward facing dog. We're back to pushing our heels down to the ground. And we're just gonna bring our leg that's furthest back, we're gonna bring that forward, put it between our hands. Ooh, walk this forward. Ooh. We're just gonna rotate around to face you. We're just gonna do a low lunge or side lunge, which means we're just sitting right over this leg. Our hip is right over the ankle. This leg is as straight as possible. You can bring your toes up and you can rock them down. This stretches out and helps give a nice pulsing motion and a stretch in this inner thigh muscle. Ooh, this one feels good. If you want to work on balance, you can come up and put your hands out in front of you, or you can keep them down on the ground, whichever is most comfortable for you. All right, and we're gonna rotate around. We're gonna take our elbow that's on the same side as the knee that's underneath us right now, and we're just gonna try and put that right down next to our foot as we're going into a lunge. Just go down as close as you can. Drop that elbow down, just like this. If you can't reach your elbow to the ground, a couple things you can try is putting that back knee down, because we're working on stretching out your hip right in here and on the outside. So if you can't do it with your leg up, just drop that knee down. If that's still really hard for you, and you want to try it with your leg up, working on the back side, you can just put your hands down right next to your foot and press up, and then wherever it's comfortable to you, just drop those elbows down. Ooh, this one feels good.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. We're gonna come up. We're just gonna face you again. Nice wide straddle position. And we're gonna do an extended triangle pose, which means you're just gonna drop this hand down, and this one is going to reach up. And you wanna look up at your fingertips, they're waving down at you, telling you you're doing a great job. This is version 1. If you want to try doing something that's a little bit harder, you can reach across and touch your opposite knee, still looking up. It'll really lengthen out right in this area of your leg.
It's a good hamstring there too.
Oh yeah. Ooh, feel that in the calf too.
Yeah.
Ooh, and we're gonna come up center. We're gonna drop down to the other side. Once again, you can stay on the same side, go straight up and down parallel here, or you can reach across and grab your knee. And if you're really flexible, maybe you can touch your foot. But I am not that flexible. Oh, feel this in the obliques too.
Yeah.
Ooh, come on up.
That feels great.
Wow. Oh, it feels good.
Yeah.
We're gonna move back down into our side lunge. We're gonna go for the opposite leg now. So I'm gonna come over to my left side. Stretch that out. Again, if you need balance, go ahead, put your hands on the ground, and you can pulse your toes, or you can just hang out here, whichever you're most comfortable for. If you wanna work on your balance a little bit more, bring those hands out in front. And as you can see, Mr. Kirby over there, he's up higher. He's over at this position. That's totally okay. It's a good modification.
Or if you can't balance yourself, it's okay to put your hands down.
Good. All right, we're gonna move over into the lizard, which is dropping your elbow down next to your foot. So it's the same elbow, same foot, just drop down. Again, you can put your knee down on the ground.
Go this way.
Ooh, hello. This is a good stretch. Your modifications are putting your hands down next to your feet, dropping down your elbows as far as you can there, or dropping that back knee down and getting those elbows down, whichever is most comfortable for you. Good, come up center. Whew. Feel that one.
Yeah, the man.
Going
It's a little, yeah.
Woo! Not skateboard or surf. Whew. All right, we're gonna do a cross-legged chair, which means we're gonna bring one of our legs up and we're gonna cross our ankle right above our opposite leg's knee. You're just gonna sit back like you're in a chair. You can put your hands out to the side, put them up in the air. Those are your modifications. This is what it's going to look like from the side. So it's just like you're sitting in a chair. Something that's helpful for me for balancing is finding a spot on the wall that's still and it's not moving. Helps me focus and find my center of balance. Ooh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
This works the strength of this leg as it's working on balance and stability and stabilizing muscles around the ankle. And it stretches out this leg and the glutes. All right, we're gonna come up and switch sides. Whew.
It feels great though.
It does feel really good.
I notice how tight my hips are.
Yeah, those hip flexors
Yeah,
get
hip
ya.
flexors are bad.
Good, come on up. Feels good. All right, now we're gonna do a standing forward bend. Sounds just like it is. We're just gonna put our feet about shoulder width apart. Just gonna bend over nice and slow. Try and bring your chest to your knees, not your head, because that'll hurt your neck muscles. And we're working on getting the flexibility within our trunk and our hips, hinging at the waist. I like to grab the back of my calves and help pull. A modification you can do for this, so you can bend your knees. Here, touch your chest to your knees, and then push your bum up towards the ceiling. Or, if you're really flexible, you can stand on your hands. Push your chest to your
You
knees.
can. Age is a factor here, but that's okay. Feels great. A lot of times adolescent kids, especially the boys, struggle with flexibility too. It's good for them.
Ooh, it's good, good. And as we come up, we're just gonna roll up nice and slow. So like one vertebrae at a time. Ooh. Mr. Kirby likes this part. This is probably his favorite part. Is rolling up.
That's my favorite part.
He likes to do it nice and slow. Really feels the extension between each of those vertebrae. Whew.
And if you have any back issues, this stuff is amazing. Get you back, for sure.
Right. We're gonna come down, we're gonna go out into a reverse plank. This is strengthening your tricep muscles and your core and your back muscles. Get those hands right below the shoulder. And you're just gonna press your hips up towards the ceiling. Modifications here, if this is really hard for you, you can come down to your forearms and press up here. whichever one works more for you. If you're really good at this, you can try lifting one foot and then lifting the other. Ooh. Good, come down. And we're gonna do a spinal twist. So there's two ways you can do this. You're gonna cross one foot over the other leg right above the knee. And you're gonna reach this arm, your back arm, back behind you. And the one that's with this straight leg, it's gonna come forward. Just reach forward toward those toes. The other way you can do it is you can take this foot and wrap it back as well. It's the same motion, you're just gonna twist. Really push through from the shoulder. You're really twisting in the trunk to get a nice stretch of the obliques. It also works and stretches out your glute. We're going to switch sides. Sit nice and tall. Good. We're just going to come forward, a nice straddle position. We're just going to walk our hands forward as far as we can. Just bend over. It's a seated forward bend. We're just going to walk it over to one side. Just stretch down your leg as far as you can. Some of you that might be the knee. Others you might be able to grab your foot. The more your foot is flexed, the greater the stretch you're going to get throughout the leg. And we're going to walk over to the other side. Again, flex that foot, get a really full stretch all the way through the back side of your leg. Good. Then we're going to come forward and we're going to go crisscross. Just sit up nice and tall. I like to take my arm and press it on my knee. And then with the other arm, we're just going to reach it up and over our head. Do a nice side bend, stretch out the oblique. And look up at your fingertips, and that'll really extend the stretch. And then we're going to flip our palm over so it reaches the ceiling. That'll stretch out the other side of the obliques. On the back side. Good. Come center. We're going to put this hand that's bent up in the air. We're going to press it down onto our leg on the same side. Reaching up with our other hand. Up and over. Look up at your fingertips. And your modification here is some of you might be bending right about here. Some of you might be over here. Other of you are way more flexible than I am and can go even further. And we're just gonna flip that hand over. Look up at your fingernails. Good, come back center. I'm gonna turn so I can see you guys. In this one, you're just gonna sit up just like you are in your crisscross position. We're gonna bring our arm up and bend it back to touch ourselves on the shoulder. This hand comes up and over, grabs the elbow, and just gonna pull straight back. And we're gonna stretch out the triceps, which are these muscles right here. We're gonna come down and we're gonna switch sides. This arm comes up, touches your shoulder. This one comes over, grabs the elbow and pulls it straight back. Go ahead, come down. Just gonna walk it up. From here, gonna slowly touch our toes and then come on up. Stand out. Whew. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We hope you feel nice and relaxed after that good stretch session.
Thanks, you guys. Good job.
We'll see you next time.
We miss you guys.